NHL regular season recap night 168, just 5 games tonight, but a couple pretty good ones. The first of those, the Leafs hosting the Tampa Bay Lightning, and a pretty meaningful game, actually. The Lightning not that far behind the Leafs in the Atlantic Division standings, and with that in mind, the Lightning get it done. They win by a final score of 4-1. Hedman and Matthews trading goals in the first, and then it's Point and Stamkos both scoring for the Bolts in the second. Nick Paul scores the only third period goal, and once again, a 4-1 final here for the Lightning. I didn't get to watch any of this one, so going strictly off the box score here, but it looks like Vasi, obviously the better of the two goalies, 28 of 29 versus Joseph Woll's 21 of 25. Despite being the busier of the two goalies, he backstops his team to the victory here. It's a tough loss for the Leafs. They do have the games in hand advantage over the Lightning, I do believe. Or no, they have the same number of games played. So 4 points back here for the Lightning after this one. We'll see if they can bridge the gap any further, but for tonight, they take the 2 points, and it's a 4-1 final in Toronto. The Rangers hosting the Devils, and we start this game off with a full-on line brawl, headlined by Matt Rempe and Curtis McDermott, of course. So that gets things started. The Rangers score 2 in the first. Panarin and Lafreniere, they're 45th and 26th, respectively. And then the Devils kind of take over in the second. It's Palat, Smith, and Hischier all scoring for Jersey, making it a 3-2 game headed to the third, but they would cough up the lead. It's Capo Caco scoring to tie it 5.5 minutes in, and then with just under 5 minutes to go, Chris Kreider on a power play, thanks to Brendan Smith, makes it a 4-3 game. This game is a picture-perfect example of the duality of Brendan Smith scoring the game-tying goal and then taking the penalty to cost his team the game. It's a good effort here from Capo Kakman, the much busier of the two goalies. He goes 37 for 41, a .902 save percentage. to Sturkin faced half the shots, 17 of 20 for him, and .850, but most importantly here, the 2 points, he will take that, and they are now 5 points up on the Carolina Hurricanes, looking pretty safe to keep that number 1 spot in the Metro, but still a few games left, so we'll see what happens there. For tonight, though, a 4-3 victory over their Cross River rivals in the Jersey Devils. The Kings hosting the Seattle Kraken, looking to make up some ground on their division rivals in Vegas, and they take care of business tonight. It's a 5-2 win. Kempe in the first, 2 goals from Trevor Moore in the second, and then Burakovsky, Fiala, Dumoulin, and a completed hat-trick effort here from Trevor Moore in the third makes it a 5-2 final. LA just barely outshoots Seattle 27-23. The goalie stats are not up here for whatever reason, so we're going with those for this game. The LA Kings with this win now 5 points back, or I guess it'll be 3 points back after this one of Vegas, and they have played an equal number of games, so we'll see if they can make up that gap. I honestly didn't realize that Vegas had gone 5 points up on LA in the division. It felt like these guys were still kind of 1 and 2 with each other, but we'll see what happens. I don't know whether or not LA is going to be able to catch them. Vegas hasn't been playing fantastically lately, but they've been better than their recent stretch, 7-2-1 in their last 10, so we'll see if LA is able to catch them tonight. They make up a bit of ground with a 5-2 victory over Seattle. The Dallas Stars hosting the Edmonton Oilers, and it's a bit of a surprise thumping in this game by Dallas. Radek Faksa scoring 2.5 minutes into the first, and then an explosive second period from the Stars. Sagan, Johnston, Ben, and Sam Steele all scoring to make it 5-0 after 2. Edmonton would rally a bit in the third. They outshoot them 9-4, but way too little too late. Not a good night for Calvin Pickard or the Oilers in general. It's a 5-0 loss flat out. Jay Gottinger, very, very solid. 35 for 35. Again, Pickard, not all that great. 27 for 32 and .844 save percentage. Great night here for Dallas. It's a statement game for them heading towards the playoffs. For the Oilers, kind of a tough look against one of the teams that they're probably have decent odds to end up against in a conference final type situation if they make it that far. So not the best night for them. They don't have their starting goalie in net, so there's a bit of an asterisk there if you really want to put one there. But either way, it's a great showing from Dallas, and it's a 5-0 win for them. Final game of the night, the Coyotes taking on the Vancouver Canucks. A surprisingly low-scoring game in this one. Connor Ingram and Artur Silovs, the 2 netminders tonight. Only a 2-1 final. Quinn Hughes in the second. Dylan Gunther ties it halfway through the third. And then Connor Garland, with less than 2 minutes to go, makes it a 2-1 victory for Vancouver. One they needed pretty badly. They've been on a bit of a slump lately. Both goalies, of course, very good in this 2-1 game. Ingram, 31 of 33, a .939 save percentage. Silovs only faced 21 shots, stops 20 of them. That's good for a .952. And of course, the 2 points here for Vancouver. It's a solid game from them, not the most exciting by any means, but they outshoot them 33-21. They handled business pretty much every single period, so good to see that from Vancouver. They hang on at the end, and it's a 2-1 victory over the Yotes, and that's it for NHL regular season recap night 168. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow for, I believe, 9 games on Thursday, including a huge one between the Caps and Penguins, so we will talk to you guys then.